Hallo liebe Leute, Admiral Silberbart ist wieder am Start. Wir spielen heute wieder Avowed. Wir sind jetzt in der 9. Folge oder so, weil die letzten Folgen doch sehr lang geworden sind. Ich habe immer die Zeit vergessen. Ich wollte eigentlich 30 bis 40 Minuten Folgen machen und dann sind es am Ende 50 Minuten Folgen geworden. Aber ihr könnt euch ja da mal freuen und ein bisschen bingen, wenn ihr Bock habt. Wir haben uns in der letzten Folge nach Paradies begeben und haben hier jetzt einige Quests offen und ein paar Sachen, die wir erledigen müssen und sollten. Und wir werden uns aber ein bisschen stärker auf die Main Storyline konzentrieren, da wir doch ziemlich viel Abseits gemacht haben, wie man sieht. Und ich möchte gerne wieder ein bisschen Story erleben. Deswegen wird es in den nächsten Folgen eher strikter durch die Story gehen und weniger Erkundungstüren. Wir müssen jetzt zum Ambassador, also hier Untimely End. Report to the Ambassador. Da werden wir jetzt hingehen.
You died, but you're here. Gods, am I glad to see you?
Ich sehe hier rote Punkte auf der Map. Gibt es jede Menge Zeug. Kann ich da jetzt durch oder muss ich erst mit ihr reden?
Envoy, hello.
Mit ihm.
I'm glad to see you on your feet. Kai. Tej. I'm surprised they let you in here.
I'm surprised you're still gainfully employed.
Something happened between you two. Do we have a problem here? What's going on between you two? Keep it to yourself, huh?
It's nothing like that. You run into all sorts of characters around here, is all. Some more polite than others. I didn't mean anything by it, Envoy. He's just curious company for you to keep.
Hey, somebody has to have the envoys back, because you all sure did it.
No one expected the Envoy to get assassinated.
Exactly. Amateurs.
I think there's more to the story here. Whatever is going on between you two, keep it to yourself. Ach ja. Nee, ich bin neugierig.
Kai?
Come on, it's funny. Tej caused a ruckus last time he was slumming it at the Ballarrock. You were trying to kill a man, if I remember right. I had to put you outside.
You threw me into the canal.
You lived.
That water's filthy. I had the runs for 3 days.
Gods, Tej. The envoy doesn't need to know that.
I have seen worse on campaign. There's always someone in camp married to the latrine. Did you really try to kill someone, Tej? Right. Well, I have heard enough.
Yeah, but now you'll never think of Tej the same way again, will you? And now he'll never think of you the same way either.
Let's not make more of it than it was. I shouldn't have said anything.
Did you really try to kill someone? Right, we have heard enough.
Of course, sir. Apologies for the distraction. How can I help you?
Was Ludwig doing? What's Ludwig doing in the city? I thought she was dead. I would like to understand Paradise better. The Emperor didn't have time to brief me on the living land. What I need to know. Blah 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 blah. Mal gucken.
Inquisitor Ludwig is the commander of the Steel Garrote in Paradise. Were you to ask her, she'd say she keeps the peace. But she doesn't keep it so much as prosecute it. As ruthlessly as the ambassador will let her. She's also a veteran of the Steel Garrote's campaign in the Deathfire, where she died.
She's a Death Guard. Well, that explains a lot.
I don't know what happened to her there, but I suppose Wodika wasn't done with her yet.
What was Ludwig like before she became a Death Guard? I never encountered an actual death guard. I thought they were figures from old stories. What do you know about the Sticker Red? Boudica, goddess of vengeance, Ludwig's chosen a challenging patron. I would like to ask about something else. I was denied
Death
death guard.
guards are surpassingly rare. Some of the secretaries who traveled without dignitaries in the Deathfire spoke of one named Iser, a devotee of Berith, who guards the hanging sepulchres there. But I've heard of no others except those I've read about in the histories, or, as you say, in stories. They are people, most often paladins or priests, so devoted to a cause that they simply refuse to pass on to the wheel when they die. Their soul haunts their body. The passion required to sustain them devours their flesh, and they swiftly turn to bone. I've never read a history nor tale of a death guard that did not end with them going quite mad. When they lose their capacity to care for anything but their cause, they cannot love. And when they cannot love, they cannot be merciful. And so everything before them becomes only an obstacle.
Jede Empathie verloren. Ja, verstehe. Ja, wir
Should you
sollten
ever
weiter.
need me, I will be here. Safe travels, envoy.
So. Ja, Garrick brauchen wir jetzt auch nicht sprechen.
Envoy, is it really you?
Noch mal kurz speichern und ab. Oh, was ist das? Unsaid Letter. Klaviger Edmund. Genau. Ach, das ist der Typ, den wir gerettet haben. Klar.
I can't believe you're alive. When they dragged you to Liviana's clinic, I assumed the worst. How do you feel?
Disorientated, lightheaded, my pulse is racing. As vigorous as a drake in rot. Well, I have considered chartering a boat back to Edir. They're ready to get to work. Stärke zeigen.
Not even death can slow you down, I see. But we'll return to the topic of your untimely demise shortly. Our first order of business is your purpose here in the Living Lands. Did the Emperor send you with anything for me? Your writ of commission, perhaps?
Give him the Emperor's missive. Here you are, ambassador. I hope this was all worth trouble. This was worth all the trouble. Glad to finally get rid of this thing.
Very good. I'm eager to see what our Emperor intends. Now, His Majesty names you a loyal servant of the Adiran Empire, and an extension of the throne's authority. Thank goodness. At least someone understands the gravity of our situation.
Great message delivered. Let's talk about my payment. His Majesty concerned the Crown's effort in the Living Lands could be jeopardized by the dreams. The Emperor sent me to investigate the dreams. Ja, Geld
Here's
ist immer
something
gut.
to tide you over. But your work isn't finished just yet. You've seen how wild the Living Lands has become, both in nature and in politics. Sometimes I think the island has a mind of its own. No sooner had you arrived than you found yourself at the center of our troubles.
Maybe it had something to do with my godlike nature. Also, I found an arrow in my gut.
Trust me, we'll get to that. This embassy has no shortage of political foes, but the dream scourge is what keeps me up at night. You've seen firsthand what it can do in nature. We can't let it reach the cities.
Then we better get work. So,
Inquisitor Ludwig thinks the plague is a distraction. She's more concerned about these local rebels fighting against the Empire.
and you are not.
At least rebels know the meaning of negotiation and compromise. But a plague kills indiscriminately. Though, even I must admit, the rebels have gone too far. They've sabotaged our work, killed our soldiers, and the final straw, attacked you out in the open.
There must have a motive. Hatred alone is not enough. There's a but.
I look forward to hearing about it in your report. I won't lie to you, Envoy. Our position is tenuous. If we can't even defend ourselves, how are we to defend the living lands? But defend it we must, for the sake of everyone who calls this island home. Inquisitor Ludwig demands that someone hang for the attempt on your life. These Paradisian rebels must face justice.
Where is Inquisitor Ludwig I kept hearing about? The stream search is top priority. Sounds like she is the one who really in charge around. I'll be the one to decide to punish the punishment, if any. A little frontier justice is good for moral. Ich entscheide.
The choice is yours, as will be the consequences. All I ask is that you use your best judgment.
Not many get a chance to solve their own murder, you know. I know someone who could help. A dwarven tracker named Marius. Kith or beast, there's little he can't find. He's staying at the Grinning Ballarrock, not far from Liviana's infirmary. We just take the main road east to the market, then head down the stairs and cross the canal. Rough part of town, even by the standards of Paradise.
You have proven to be capable so far. What can he do you can't?
Blend in, for one thing. Marius is from the Tusks, about the harshest and remotest place the gods ever created, even by the standards of the living lands.
Trickery, lies. The gods did not build this place.
Let's just say no one survives out there without picking up a few skills, the kind we'll need if we're going to find hidden assassins. Especially if they're from the streets of Paradise.
I suggest you recruit as many allies as you can, but choose carefully. They, like you, will represent the Empire. But before we can send you off to parts unknown, we need assurances from the local healer that you're fully recovered. After all, you survived a brush with death. The health of your body is one thing. The health of your soul is another.
Are the living lands so dangerous my soul is at risk? I feel fine if that's your
I'm
concern.
glad to hear it, but let's err on the side of caution. Remember, the assassin is out there. You have the element of surprise. I suggest you use it.
Let's get on it with it then. My assassin could be anywhere by now. Kai, I need you by my side. Can I count on you?
Tracking down mysterious assassins with a godlike who returned from death, all while the rumored dream scourge spreads. Can't say I'm prepared, but I'm ready.
We'll talk more of the Dream Scourge when you return. Until then, Envoy,
How about we start with Marius at the Grinning Ballarok? Besides, I could use a drink after all this.
So, langes Gebabbel. Dann gucken wir mal nach Marius und danach gehen wir zurück ins Camp, weil Kai will auch noch mit uns reden. Und dann müssen wir auch noch zu dem Watcher. Ja, wir haben auf jeden Fall einiges an Zeug zu erledigen. Ah, Paradies sieht ganz schick aus. Was ist mit?
The recently arrived envoy from Adir was assassinated just inside the front gates. The killer is still at large.
Dann gehen wir mal Richtung.
Yeah, so close. But what's the point? It's useless without that Agra.
Zu viele Quests, ich weiß nicht, was ich machen soll. So. Underbelly. Hier ist es das Ballarok? Grinning Ballarok.
So,
Ja.
you're the one they all crow about, eh? Best hunter and guide in all of Dawnshore?
Just Dawnshore?
Ha! The mighty Marius, deep in his cups, ready to take on the deadliest prey, providing they're asleep at the time.
Right. Take another sip of my cool. Rude not to finish a drink someone bought for you.
No wonder you're hiding behind a mug. You're too worried about being polite to survive out there.
The dwarf there is Marius. Best tracker I know.
Interesting. Let's see how this plays out. Maybe you have him confused with someone else. A real expert should be able to withstand being taunted by their lessers.
Just watch. This will be good.
I heard you're from Solace Keep. How great a survivor could you be, hiding behind stone walls all your life?
You don't know anything about me, you Adir Nimdut. So maybe go back and take another blessed day sip.
But here you are. Tell me, how does one get kicked out of a place that never lets anyone leave?
You want to talk so much, I'll cut you a second mouth across your throat.
Your friends look like he has it well under control. You know, Mari, do you think we should step in?
Marius can handle himself. Of course, if you're bored, we could always start something anyway.
Your friend looks like he has this well under control.
I think this is about to get interesting.
I knew you were blessed in Nimdut the moment I saw you coming. Thought maybe I'd teach you a lesson. So I paid the bartender a few gold to drop a tiny bit of Widow's Kiss into a cup and serve your drink in it. Cramps should be starting in a few minutes, so, if you want to fight, we should go ahead and get started.
He poisoned the man on a hunch. Poison is a weapon for the weak, at least gives them the dignity of a fair fight. I think I like this guy.
He's crafty, but he's no maniac. Just watch.
Oh, I can feel it. Gods, You.
Oh, that is quick. You better get to a healer before the poison spreads to your brain.
You wait, Marius. I'll be back. Hopefully.
Er hat geblufft. Kurz mal abspeichern und dann reden wir mal mit Marius.
Well, that was something.
Marius, this is the infamous Adiran envoy. Envoy? Marius.
Well, any friend of Kai's is definitely a person.
Tell me you were bluffing about poisoning that man. I need to find some assassin, and Kai tells me you're the best one for the job. How do you and Kai know each other? Are you always getting into that kind of trouble? Ihr werdet wissen, er hat doch geblufft.
Wasn't a bluff. That was a test. Any hunter worth their salt knows Widow's Kiss has no effect if it's ingested. And he actually believed I could pay the bartender to poison someone's drink. Gods, the taverns in Adir must be rough.
Well played. They certainly won't mess with you again. I'm a little bit disappointed you didn't actually poison them. I need to find some assassin, and Kai tells me you're the best one for the job.
I need to see the scene of the crime, over by the town gates. I promise there's something left there we can use to track them.
I already know that the killer is from Paris. But what would we be looking for at the town gates? Wouldn't they have seen the area since then?
The assassins wouldn't go near that place anytime soon. And you don't have to worry much about people cleaning up in this town. We'll figure this out, Amakul. Don't you worry.
Willkommen im Team. Der hat Binding Roots, so wie ich auch, und Hunter Sense. Order Marius to scan for enemies, loots and plants in a living land. Okay. Die Frage, was kann ich... Ah ja, so kann ich es befehlen. Okay. Ah, musste mal kurz niesen. Da sind wir wieder. So, die haben beide unten ein Symbol, dass sie mit mir sprechen wollen. Das heißt, wir sollten mal Richtung eines Camplagers gehen. Und da oben ist eins. Und wir müssten auch noch da unten investigieren. Das ist die Crime Scenes. Von da bin ich reingekommen. Genau. Habe ich das? Ja, habe ich schon. Wir könnten, wenn wir schon hier sind, erst einmal zum Watcher gehen. Mal gucken, was der sagt wegen meiner Seele. Was mit meiner Seele passiert ist. Oh Gott, das sieht alles so schlimmer Teil. Jetzt weiß ich, was Kai gemeint hat. Das ist doch der schlimme Teil der Stadt. Leute leben hier quasi auf der Straße.
You there? Are you just going to stand there and gawk at that body all day?
You, what are you doing? This is a crime scene. That's evidence.
That's the Imperial envoy. Stay out of his way.
Oh, right. My mistake.
Habe ich die Waffe mitgenommen. Wusste nicht, dass das dass der das mitkriegt, dass ich das stehle. Also die Waffe mitnehme. Ah ja, guck mal, hier ist noch ein Beacon. Nice. Das ist gut. So, jetzt gucken wir mal. Find the Watcher. Dann. Der müsste hoffentlich hier irgendwo sein. Oder wo muss... Ach du meine Güte, da oben. Ja, ne, dann gehen wir erstmal ins Lager. Gucken uns unsere Bank an, also unsere Truhe. Da haben wir jede Menge Zeug. Vielleicht kann ich ein bisschen was wiederverwerten. Reden mit unseren Gefährten. Und sehen mal weiter. So, wir haben jetzt hier jede Menge. Hold to break down. Ah ja, okay. So werde ich das Zeug los. Das ist eine Unique, die behalten wir. Ich weiß zwar noch nicht, für was die gut ist. Wie ist der Health? Restored. Ah ja, weniger Damage. Fire, Frost and Shock. Okay. Aber wo ist denn hier der Rest? Warte mal, die kann ich jetzt mal kaputt machen. Das ist alles, was wir haben. Okay. Common Ward. Dash in Camp. Hold to break down. Okay. Ach so, hier ist
keep an eye on that
Dash.
scrape on your arm. You don't want it to get infected.
It barely even
Da.
counts.
Da ist unser Stash. Take all. Habe ich alles? Ja.
This is a scrape.
That's the worst kind of flesh wound.
Gut, jetzt kann ich anfangen, das Zeug zu zerlegen und uns Materialien zu besorgen. Ich will aber nochmal gucken, ob ich was anderes anlege. Was habe ich denn an? Nee, das... Nahkampf. Soll ich es mal versuchen mit Nahkampf? Was macht der eigentlich hier? Hit die 10% Firebone. Wir versuchen es mal. Was ich habe ich.
Lots of open.
Und ich krieg ja recht viel Items. Von daher können wir eigentlich den Rest getrost kaputt machen. So, was haben wir hier? Damage Reduction 30% und 7 extra. Okay, brauche ich Adra für, um die nächste Stufe zu erreichen. Könnte das upgraden, dann hätten wir plus, ja, das wäre einiges an Damage Reduction, wenn wir das hier packen auf 3, was macht das hier? 11 Damage Reduction und weiterhin 5%. Der macht dann 13 Damage Reduction. Ich upgrade dieses Item und dann sehen wir mal weiter. Das kommt auf die Bank zurück. Wir haben nur ein einziges Adra. Das ist echt viel. So, das können wir auch mal upgraden. Haben wir auch, nee, wir wollen lieber den Bogen maximal upgraden. Benutzen dann doch eher den Bogen öfter. Weil wir können auch gucken, ob es noch hierfür reicht. Nein, Paradisian Leather brauchen wir. Können wir das? Ne, haben wir auch keine Soft Branches mehr.
And skin contact. Snapflies like the peeled skin. Fog mites look the blood.
I'm sure it's nothing to worry about.
I have some tanglewort in my pack. That should clear it right up.
Interessant.
Okay. If you insist.
Okay. Dann werden wir das hier mal zurück auf die Bank packen. Wer weiß, wann wir das nochmal brauchen. Und wir gehen und reden eine Runde mit.
That's what I'm here for.
Und wir könnten auch jetzt hier Unique Weapon enchanten. Ja, könnten wir. Burning Fire, Flint and Iron. A successful parry deals high fire accumulation attacking to the attacking enemy. Okay, a full combo attack deals moderate fire accumulation to nearby enemies. Bringt uns eh nicht, wir haben keinen Primal Fire. Ja. Dann nochmal abspeichern, dann reden wir mit Kai. Ja, heute ist eine storylastige Folge.
Listen, this is something I never thought I'd have to ask, but can we talk about you coming back from the dead?
I have stared down death on the battlefield before. This was different. Ja.
I'll say. By the time I got you to Liviana's, I don't think you had a pulse. You certainly weren't breathing.
You must have spent 20 minutes as a corpse on one of her cots before you just came back. What did you see while you were gone? What do you remember?
From the beginning, I left my body. My soul was pulled towards Adra. My soul travels through the beyond. A part of it is anyway. I finally encountered someone in the beyond.
The beyond.
The
That's
realm of the gods, of souls. It was beautiful, full of otherworldly light and sound, a place of pure essence. It was horrifying, confusing, disorienting. I was pulled along like a fish on a line. It was very, very strange place. I finally encountered someone in the beyond.
Perhaps it's a mercy our souls don't recall their time in the beyond. Or perhaps they do. And that's what drives some to madness. What did you see there? Wait. Someone? Who was it? Or what was it?
It's the same voice I heard in the Adra and the Stranger route. No idea, but it didn't seem like bearers. They seem to be a prisoner of some kind. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Imagine how much worse this would be if you had two cryptic entities clamoring for your attention. So, someone is reaching out to you from the beyond. They saved you from death, and now they want you to free them from wherever they are. Do you trust them?
I think so. They don't seem malicious. They seem as confused as I feel. I don't know. I need to understand more about them first. I'm suspicious. If they're imprisoned in the beyond, I have to wonder why. Do I trust a mysterious force that can speak into my mind and redirect my soul? Not at all.
Even if you wanted to leave them there, I get the feeling they're not going to leave you alone. Well, even in the land of the strange, you have had the strangest experience I've ever heard of, and you haven't even left Dawnshore. That's quite a feat.
Thanks. I don't know if it's a good thing.
You're welcome. So, this whole time you were in the beyond, and then you were just sent back.
There's something you want to ask. Just ask.
Do you think there's a way to bring people back from the dead?
I'm sorry, but no. I don't really understand what happened to me, but I don't think so. Ich weiß es eigentlich nicht.
Yeah. Probably not. Still, thanks for humoring me. You must be tired. I know I am. Hopefully that Watcher Runid will have some answers for us. For now, let's get some rest.
That's all. Good night, Kai.
Night, Envoy.
Ja. Und er will auch nochmal mit mir sprechen.
No offense, but you leave a pretty wide trail, Envoy.
What do you mean by that? You have been tracking me? I'm supposed to be flattered by that? My assassin would probably agree with you. What do you mean by that?
I mean that anyone who wanted to track you down would just have to follow the murmurs and gawkers in your wake. An Adiran official who's new in town turns a lot of heads, especially when they're traveling with a Nim dude like Kai.
You don't like Kai? What is a Nim dude?
Stick with Kai. You'll find out. Well, we've worked together in the past. It was mostly him crashing blindly through the weeds after I advised him not to. I'm here to find your assassins. Maybe help you avoid being killed again in the future. My guess is you'll need a guide once you leave Paradise, too. They say I'm the best there is.
You're welcome to join us.
Merci, Envoy. I'll make myself at home. Anyway, enough chat. I'm sure you have things to do.
Yes, yes. Okay. Das waren jetzt 36 Minuten NPC-Geleiber.
Huh? I wasn't grinning.
Right. Well, stop it.
Wir gucken uns jetzt nochmal den Weg an. Ja, machen wir Exit hier.
The wood echoes, strangled suffering. We knew this creature. The Andra hums beneath the moon. The bear, the rot in the heart.
Bear.
Did its beauty sing to you?
The bear I put down, I suppose his death had a kind of beauty. Beauty? It was a monster. Get out of my dreams. Will you?
Death to life. Does life not glisten like a stream? What gleams cannot be a monster? We wish you had not killed it.
It was me or the bear. I choose me. The bear was sick. There was nothing I could do.
Cull the sickness. Clear the rot. Kill one to save the other. Still. Violets and the stars. We wish for both.
Violet and the star. Sadly, it doesn't work that way. Alright, what have you done?
Birth into rebirth. Growth into life again. Beauty without end. Must all we love turn to ash? Can we not save it?
Ihr hat Vorstellungen. Sometimes the only mercy you can offer is death. If what we love becomes a monster, we have to kill it.
Mercy like a knife. It hunts all of us. God, mortal, beauty. Sleep now. We
Sleep
ponder.
now. So viel zum Thema, wir gehen jetzt los, ne? Also, es ist eine sehr NPC-lastige Folge. Wir gucken jetzt mal, wo sind wir? Oh, wir sind gar nicht so weit weg vom Watcher. Deswegen machen wir jetzt an der Stelle mal einen Cut, also Schluss für diese Folge. Es war eine sehr storyreiche Folge mit vielen Unterhaltungen. Wir sehen uns dann in der nächsten Folge und ich hoffe, dass wir dann wieder ein bisschen mehr Action erleben und ein bisschen entdecken können. Natürlich auf dem Hauptquestpfad, so wie ich es versprochen habe am Anfang der Folge. Ich bin Admiral Silberbart, schön, dass ihr eingeschaltet habt und dann sehen wir uns beim nächsten Mal.